The nation's 39th president, Jimmy Carter, is being remembered around the world following his death at the age of 100. The former president's office confirms that he died today at his home in Georgia. Carter was the first former president to reach the century mark. Plus, he was the longest living ex-president in history. From Massachusetts to Washington, D.C., people are paying tribute to him. But first, we want to take a look back at his life and legacy.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear.
Jimmy Carter personified the American dream, rising from farm life in the rural South to become the 39th president of the United States. He was born and raised in the small hamlet of Plains, Georgia. After serving in the U.S. Navy, he returned home to Plains and made a success of the family's peanut farm.
Honestly, I truly believe that Jimmy Carter was a great man and a great president. He did not only great things during his presidency, but after his presidency as well. He was a very good man, a humanitarian, and he liked to build things with his hand and give a lot to the American people and also to the rest of the world.
Also met Rosalind Smith, the woman who became not only his wife, but his closest advisor. Carter's political career began as a Georgia state senator before winning the governorship.
My name is Jimmy Carter, and I'm running for president.
Carter's 1974 campaign for the White House began as the longest of long shots. In the wake of Watergate in Vietnam, his appeal as a straight-shooting Washington outsider grew, and he narrowly defeated Gerald Ford in 1976. The Carter presidency was heightened by the Camp David Agreement, bringing a once unthinkable peace between Egypt and Israel. But economic recession and high interest rates crippled Carter's term in office, and the Iranian hostage crisis devastated it. Republicans capitalized in 1980 as Ronald Reagan's sunny optimism ended Carter's re-election hopes with a resounding victory. But from that defeat, a remarkable second act. Private citizen Carter began a new career, helping build homes for the poor in America. He made Habitat for Humanity an international name, even while focusing on global humanitarian causes. In 2002, Jimmy Carter won the coveted Nobel Peace Prize.
He won the Nobel Peace Prize 20 years after his presidency. That's insane.
Remained active well into his 90s. He taught Sunday school at his South Georgia church. Even after suffering a series of falls, Carter's resilience allowed him to continue building homes for Habitat.
I'd say peace and human rights and treating everybody the same has been what I hope will be my legacy.
By the end of his life, Jimmy Carter had won the deep respect and admiration of not only Americans, but people around the world. And across the country, people are paying tribute to former President Carter. People have been leaving flowers at the Carter Center in Atlanta. The Empire State Building is lit up in red, white, and blue. Plus, flags are flying at half-staff at the White House to honor him as well. Flags are also flying at state buildings across Massachusetts at half-staff in tribute to the former president. This is just one way he's being remembered here in the Bay State. Our NBC 10's Mary Marcos picks up our coverage of that part of the story.
He lived 100 years from 1924 to 2024. A long life. And he also had a beautiful wife. He was married for 77 years. They were together. That's wild. That's a very beautiful marriage. A great marriage. He also had many children and grandchildren and grandchildren as well. And that's probably one of the best things you can do in life, honestly, starting a family and have plenty of children.
Local historians and politicians are mourning the loss of our 39th president.
It's a very sad day for this country, and he was the kind of political leader that you just don't see anymore.
Jimmy Carter's most acclaimed achievement, an historic peace accord between Israel and Egypt, is still in place today. But that's not the only treaty he's known for.
He also negotiated the treaty that handed back the Panama Canal to the people of Panama themselves, something that the incoming president, Donald Trump, is now trying desperately to revoke.
In a statement, Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey saying, quote, President Carter lived a life dedicated to peace, human rights, democracy, and moral clarity. Senator Ed Markey posted this old photo of them shaking hands, saying, quote, "We will forever be indebted to him for building a more peaceful world." Senator Elizabeth Warren writing on social media, "Jimmy Carter was a true public servant and peacemaker. Our country is a better place because of him."
Yeah, I think most people can agree with that statement, that Jimmy Carter was in service of the people, in service of the American, in service of his country. He was a great man, a good man, a humanitarian, and he left America in a better place and he found it. Absolutely. And many, many people, not only in America, but also all around the world, can learn from what Jimmy Carter accomplished during his long-lived life.
And Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley posted that President Carter embodied compassion and an unwavering commitment to humanity and public service. Boston University historian Thomas Whalen says Carter was the smartest president in the last 150 years.
We can only hope to have a president as good as Jimmy Carter. He believed in science. He believed in rationality. And he believed that if you give people a chance, they will do the right thing.
Now, Jimmy Carter is the first president to live to 100 years old, and historians say there is a lot we can glean from his legacy. Reporting in East Boston, Mary Marcos.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot that we can learn from his legacy. There's a lot that presidents all over the world can learn from Jimmy Carter. Actually, let's watch. I was blessed to have heard him speak at my college in spring. Semester 1989. It was awesome that he chose to speak to college students, not at a graduation on informal basis. He was an amazing person. He will be missed. Rest in peace, Mr. President. This guy lived 100 years. Yes, he lived a long life and he was a people person. He was great to people. He built things with his own hands. He did amazing things for the poor as well. I took my mom to see a guitarist at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. Okay. She sat waiting for the guitarist to come on. There was a commotion up in the balcony. Everybody turned and walked Jimmy Carter and Rosalind. Yes. He was really appreciated and is still very much appreciated in all America to this day because everybody, whether Republicans and Democrats as well, thinks he was a great president. He did hard work and ethic. Gave him a long life. Yes, I remember how people put him down. I loved him. He only knew to appreciate what he had in him. Now, look. Yes, Jimmy Carter was a great man. I remember him running for president when I was in second grade against Ronald Reagan. Rest well, sir. A life well lived. Yes. He is in our family tree. Great. Oh, you will be missed. Damn, you will be missed. Let me know what you think about Jimmy Carter. Do you think he was a great president? Do you think he was a great man? Do you really miss him? Do you think people can learn from Jimmy Carter? Maybe president from today can learn from Jimmy Carter as well. Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching and staying with me. Click right there to watch the next video and I will see you there. Bye bye.